So we've got the Driftworks GR Yaris back in for a bit more kind of tweaking and development. We've sold a fair few systems now, which we're really pleased with and really happy about. But we've had a couple of people, maybe 3, that have had some concerns around kind of vibrations, I guess just general exhaust noise that can often, you can get with an aftermarket exhaust system. So we thought it was worth getting a car in just to try and confirm these things and make sure that we haven't done anything kind of glaringly obviously wrong. We have had a lot of good feedback as well, which is always nice to receive. It's always nice to hear who is happy with the product. But there will always be some people who maybe it just doesn't suit. So what we've been doing over the last kind of day or two now is just trying lots of different variations. So because of the fact that we offer 2 systems for it, both in res and non-resonated form, that gives us 4 variations of just OPF back exhaust. And we wanted to try and work out whether we're getting the same symptoms with all systems. Now, the track-friendly system was always designed to be a much quieter exhaust, and it is. That's the system that Driftworks have on their car now. Those guys are perfectly happy with it. Again, it's not a perfect exhaust. I think those kind of things don't exist. In terms of you want it loud but also not loud, and you'd like it to make a nice noise but also no noise when you don't want it to. And coupled with the fact that it's a 3-cylinder engine, there's only really so much noise you're ever going to be able to get out of it. You're never going to be able to make it sound like a nice sound. It's just not possible. But it's more the fact that there was some vibration in the cabin that I guess we didn't pick up on when we originally did the development. Only 2 or 3 people have really mentioned it to us. And there's been a bit of discussion on the forum about it. So again, we've been trying a few different systems, and to be honest, it seems as though it happens with everything. Unfortunately, we don't have the stock system to put back on the car, so we can't try that. But what I did try was just taking the exhaust off altogether, so OPF back, and that vibration's still there. So I think we can put it down to the fact that it's not to do with exhaust bushes, it's not to do with how the exhaust might be mounted or the weight of the stainless exhaust. We know there's a correlation between the frequency and decibels. And so we know that as the decibels go up, as does the frequency, and that frequency then kind of causes, there's many different ways you can demonstrate it, I'm not going to try, but that frequency kind of creates, I guess, a vibration inside the cabin. And that happens when the exhaust is louder. So I'm pretty confident that if not all aftermarket exhausts will do this. You'll get that vibration between 3 and 3.5K, sometimes a little bit sooner, sometimes a little bit later, but mainly in that RPM range. You can hear a vibration kind of in the back area. We've tried loads of different ways of getting rid of it. I just don't think it's possible. It seems to be as though the car is built to be a lightweight car. Everything about it is light, carbon roof, alloy, aluminium doors, bonnet, etc. Minimum amount of sound deadening. And I think one of the reasons the stock exhaust system is so quiet is if they made it any louder, the car vibrates and rattles inside. The trim, the way everything's mounted has just been done to such a lightweight way. It's a race car for the road. It's not built for creature comfort. And we're just getting that vibration. I just don't think we're going to get rid of that. I'd be surprised if it's not the same with all other aftermarket systems. I'd love to be proved wrong, and proved wrong, not just somebody saying theirs doesn't vibrate, because I do think most of them do. Another thing I'll probably add, just going back to how the cars are built, this car is built for lightweight and it is built for performance. There's a few really obvious signs of that, which again don't help things like vibration through into the cabin. The subframes on this car are all solidly mounted into the body. That's not normal. You'll find that on most cars there is rubber bushings in between subframes and the body, and it's to try and clean up and emit some of those road noises, and kind of underbody vibrations from going into the cabin. You know, it's great for making the car a good handling car, but again, as soon as you're looking to try and make that exhaust a bit louder, it's just opening up those frequencies, which is just making the inside of the car vibrate. When it comes down to our exhaust systems, then there's not really a lot we can do to actually try and fix it. There are a few customers that have purchased the Ultimate system who are finding it a little bit loud, a little bit hard to live with, and I think it's a case of they're probably into the wrong exhaust. They probably need the track friendly, which is much quieter. As I just said, you know, the track friendly one is much quieter. So I think it's a case of maybe us understanding the customer a little bit better and trying to put them into the right exhaust system. So yeah, I just wanted to give a bit of an update of what we're doing. We're not just kind of, you know, ignoring the bad feedback. We are trying to. I mean, luckily Driftworks have, you know, lent us the car again, which is obviously great. Thank you to them. Because without that, it's very hard for us to actually understand and work on the car. And most people can't let us just have their car for a few days. You know, they need them, and it's transport backwards and forwards. So, yeah, luckily we've been able to get the car in. And there's a couple of other things we want to do while it's here. So we're going to look at doing a boost pipe kit for it, aluminium and titanium. And there's also one other thing we need to finish off as a kind of additional exhaust system that we were doing for Driftworks whilst it's here. So yeah, you'll see some more video clips and some more pictures very soon.